day I first met my dad was pretty rough. Mom and I almost didn't make it, but we did. And once Dad was satisfied that I had 10 fingers and 10 toes, off he went to vote for the president. Sorry, I don't do this well. Off he went to vote for the President of the United States for the very first time. He voted for Dwight D. Eisenhower and remained a staunch conservative for the rest of his life, voting for Republican presidential candidates all the way through to our current president. I didn't understand anything he and Mom and their friends would discuss about politics, which they did a lot. But I do remember the words Barry Goldwater and the John Birch Society came up very often in the early 60s. We never clashed on politics because I didn't have much of an opinion. But the older I got, the more I came to understand why he was a Republican. I mention this because it was one of his great passions, right up there with his faith and his family. We lived in Ogden, Utah for the first few months after I was born. Cheryl and I have a conflict of time. We'll sort that out. Kathy was born in LA, but that's okay. Yeah. He told me this story about 1 million times of how they were so poor that he pushed me around in a laundry basket from the diaper service that we borrowed from the truck. Mom's aunts, Lily and Violet, were so mortified that they bought a buggy for him. His job was driving a delivery truck, and he said he drove by our apartment every chance he got to wave at Mom and me. He loved our mom so much, and they had started a family. He had to have been over the moon happy. My own first clear memories are when we moved to USC for dental school, and Dad and I were the best of pals. Mom worked the night shift at a bank, and Dad would pick her up after work. He would hide me on the floor in the back where she couldn't see me because I was supposed to be in bed asleep. He said she'd be mad, so I had to be really quiet. I don't know if we got away with it, but Mom never said anything, to my knowledge. As soon as classes were over, he would come home and get right to playing with Kathy and me. I would ride on the handlebars of his bike, Kathy in a red wagon attached to the back, and off we'd go to the Museum of Natural History, somewhere fun on campus. When he graduated from USC, we moved to Tahunga in a neighborhood full of kids our age. It was amazing. There were hundreds of kids in this neighborhood. One thing we all loved to do was roller skate. Dad would often come home from work with rolls of coins, open them and throw them in the street. We would all scramble on our skates to get them in time for the ice cream truck. You can imagine he was the most popular dad in the neighborhood. He would set up the back of the station wagon as a bed or play area for us and drive straight through from LA to Ogden to visit Mom's family. It was the only time he would drink coffee, so he said. Dad let me sit on his lap and steer the car when I was about 7 or 8 years old. Then he bought me a 65 289 Mustang for my 16th birthday. He was so proud when my high school driving instructor named me Leadfoot Livingston. Dad was the best dentist ever. I still have fillings and crowns he put in. He's been impossible to replace. And I've had, in many ways, he's been impossible to replace as a dentist, and I've had nothing but trouble with any dentist I've tried. But they all remark on his excellent work, especially the crowns, and are amazed at how well, there's a lot of work in my mouth, has held up all of these years. There are so many stories. I could go on for hours, as he so often did later in life. He was fun and funny and loved making us happy. We were safe, protected, loved, and cared for. He was just the best dad that ever was.